So we're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna put you guys up here. See if I can get you clipped into the stand here, if it's gonna work or not. Just bend this down just a skosh. All right. Okay, there it goes. We're all having some coffee today. All 0 of us. I'm gonna wait a minute in case anybody pops in here before I crank the tractor. That way I can say good morning. And then I will crank it up. If nobody shows up in the next minute or two, then I will crank it up anyway and get this party popping. We got one person here. You know what? I don't see the chat. How do I get the chat up? Uh-oh. Oh, man. How do I get to the chat? Welcome to live chat, remember. Is it this? Chat filter. I cannot see the chat. Oh, no, this has never been a problem. No. Okay, Nate. What's up, buddy? Maybe I have not always been able to see the chat. Okay, maybe the chat just scrolls to the bottom. What's up? What's up? Hogs log in the house. Mike, Nate, how is everybody? I am out in the front yard. I think this is about as far as I get where I get really stable service, enough to stream like a live. I'm just testing it right here because this is where I park my tractor. Normally, to, I guess, save my yard, I move logs and wood around by going up the driveway, down the road, and up the corner of my property to my skid pile. But I don't want to lose you guys if I end up getting anybody here to watch. I'll probably end up having to like go through the front yard or something. But it is feeling amazing. What's up, Mike? Got Lake Ontario Firewood here. I don't know what the temperature is out here, but this is the one I want for nice clear day. Finally, no rain. We've gotten so much rain. What's up, Tim? Good morning, everybody. Sitting at work. Boy, you hate to see it. Heath and Rachel are live as well. Oh, okay, good. Fair enough. Well, don't feel obligated, brother. I'll be over there if I didn't have some stuff to do. But my son has jiu-jitsu tournament at 10, so I got about 2 hours roughly to get some stuff done, maybe an hour and a half. And really all I'm going to do today is move some logs around. I need to get some white oak up on the skid pile, and I need to stack a trailer full of wood. Lake Ontario Firewood says he would kill for some rain. Brother, I could ship you rain that would make you sick. In fact, hopefully tomorrow my video will be this first cord sold out of the bunker. And I've been keeping a close eye on that bunker up until, like, I don't know, 2 months ago. It was drying beautifully, which I was very worried about, especially through the winter into the spring. We normally have a pretty wet spring. We did not have a wet spring. So I kind of left it alone. You know, it's not easy getting up there and messing around with it. Well, I go out there and I got a cord out of it yesterday to kind of scrape off the top, because the top was nice and dry. I mean, it was grayed, nice, checked, bark falling off. Well, as I'm, throwing it in, of course, there's mold, and it wasn't like a, we're not gonna do this again type of mold or amount of mold. And once we got off that top layer, all the stuff underneath it looked great too. But just so much rain, and that stuff happened. The mold happened in 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks. Just perfect conditions for it. So when people have tried this and they've ended up getting mold, I wonder if they just see a couple pieces of mold and panic and then don't do it anymore, because I think the weather conditions throughout the year could really matter on something like that, because I had a good, say, 8 months of no mold whatsoever. I mean, I kind of dug around in it. I walked around the back where I was really worried because it's very shaded. Not a single ounce of mold, not a speck of it. And then, we had literally 2 months of just rain and, 94-degree. It was like it would rain and then it'd just be steam coming off the road. And then 20 minutes later, after an inch of rain, it would be bone dry and 100 degrees again. So just perfect. I say bone dry, I'm talking about the road, not the humidity would always be high. So perfect conditions for growth. But hey, Andrea. What's up, Jason? All right, guys. Well, I am going to crank the tractor and we're just going to start moving some logs around. I've got this little contraption here. It's not new to me. I need to buy like a little a thing for my phone here, but cheers to anybody having a brew. The old magnet holder here. Pull it out. I need to go grab my counterweight. Are you guys able to hear me with that tractor on? Somebody let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me talking. All right, loud and clear. Found a paper towel. What's up, Zach? I'm going to back up and load this IBC tote as my counterweight here. Alright, let me tighten this 3.4 cup. All right, we got a counterweight. We'll see how far that traveling napkin makes it. grapple is not the easiest. I don't think that's got it. I'll tell you what, let me back up and try a different log. Hello. Man, my log pile is terrible. Let's see if that snatched one. I might have one tight enough to bring it out. Ah, come on. Really? I don't want to bust up the driveway, so we're going to try to get this thing lower. Now let's get a grip on it. All right, now we're cooking. Let's get it to the pile. Frontier Firewood, what's up, brother? Good morning to you. We're just out here moving some logs around with the traveling napkin. Yeah, I keep that log stash back here in the back in the front yard. The pile is a lot bigger than it looks on camera too. I don't know how much is there, but what's up, Ming? Glad to have you. We're just moving logs. Alright. We got a couple more here. Somehow I got underneath this red oak log. Let's see if I can just maybe grab these from the I can't see what I got down there. I'm so low. Let's see if we can get a little closer here. Let's see if I can grab them broadways here. I got one. At least I knocked that one out of the way so we can get to it next time. Alright, I don't like carrying them like this based on the skids on my log pile, but I'll see. Maybe I'll put this one down and grab it again. This pile I'm pulling from is a bit of a mess, and right as I get it worked down every time, I end up getting another load of wood, and it's kind of my quick pile, the pile that I put down here, you know, just to cut up and sell green. I got one guy that buys a fair amount of green wood. So, all right, let's open this up and let's try to push it. Tell you what, this grapple, you can only blame so much on the grapple. Sooner or later it becomes the operator. Right now I'm just kind of broadsiding this log. But yeah, I like to separate white oak at least up to a certain extent. After a while I get so much of it, and I'm all loaded up on my cooking wood. I got, you know, what I feel like is a comfortable amount of totes. Then I will, I'll mix it in with the red oak. But if I get a really clean looking log, of white oak, then I like for it to go into a tote. See if I can get a big turnaround here. The turning radius on this thing is pretty impressive, especially as much junk as I've got down here. I saw that, Tim. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you said something in the live, dude. Yeah, a lot of good people in there. It's tough to hear about all these channels. You're just kind of shooting from the hip. You get to the ones you get to, but yeah, Tim, he did order one. He ought to be getting it here soon, man. He's been waiting patiently. I'm excited to see it. After he gets a couple videos running that thing, I'm going to go out there and run it and get a video of it. Try not to tear down my crepe myrtles here. I've got these crepe myrtles and this elm tree are just kind of all up in my way for headspace here. All right, I'd like to get this further on the pile if I can get my tires over these skids. which I think I'm going to be able to make it. Nice. There we go. I don't know if I can go any further than that, but let's see if I can push in. Just pushing on it on my tires at that point. I'll drop it here. Call it wind. That's exactly where we wanted it, baby. Sounds nice. Make it twice. Let's do it again. Can't find them, grind them. You got that right, Nate. It's been hot as hell out here, man. Nate, have you been out in the wood yard doing anything out in this heat in the last like 3-4 weeks? I don't know why, I just can't stop. I enjoy doing it. I don't enjoy the heat, but I also enjoy like the exercise and just breaking a good sweat. But hell, I could break a good sweat just checking the mail in this heat. A little bit here and there. What are you cutting right now, Nate? Like what's out there in your wood yard waiting on you, buddy? Let's see what we can do here on this one. I can't really see, so I'm just gonna put it in the ground and try to dig in. What's up, Russ? Dr. Wood. Let's see if I got this bad boy. It feels like weight. Well, I got the log and some, well, no, I don't here. I don't have a grate. Let me drive into it. Let's see if that's any better. Well, not much, but we got it. These are all about, I think I measured them. Oh, hello. Let me just pull out slow so I'm not hopping. These are all about 5 to 6 feet. I think one of them was 69 inches. What is that? Yeah, that's about 5.5 feet, right? They're all between like 67 and 70 inches. I'm just out here making a mess in the driveway. Once I get to the end of my skids, I can pick these things up. I call it like a cigarette, is what it looks like right now. I can pick them up like this and load them from the side, but right now I can't really do that because I got to drive into the skids. So what I'm doing now is just the long-winded version of me getting these things broadside so I can pick them up the correct way. Holy moly. All right, we got this one good enough. I'm going to drop it once it gets up here. There we go. There we go. Let's see what Russ was saying. Nate said he's got a pile of poplar, 30 plus inch red oak, and a little bit of everything. Sounds like a good mix. I don't know anything about the knee control on that 1165. I'll be honest, I don't know much about it at all. I know it's a good little machine though, and I'm excited to run it. My favorite type of commercial splitter is one that somebody else near me pays for and that I can go use. You know what I mean? So thanks, Jason. Yo, what in the heck? Russ, dropping the funds. Thanks for coming, Russ. You are the man. I will absolutely buy a coffee. What's up, Craig? Sorry, I'm getting mixed up here. I gotta read these on the straight stretch here. We're on cruise control now, fellas. Nothing left to cut in the old wood yard is officially finished. Hey, congratulations, Russ. I know you're excited. That wood yard's done you well, man. That will forever be the place you started. That will forever be the place that has put you exactly in the spot that you're in, both from a clientele perspective, from a YouTube perspective. Something to be proud of, buddy. You've done a lot of work on that land. I feel the same about my house, dude. You know, we bought this house, obviously it was already built, and the people who built it, they seem like great people. And every day I wonder, they lived here, they built this house back in the early 90s. They lived here for 30 years plus. And I feel like in 5 years, you know, I've stomped this land harder than they did in 30. And I could be wrong. You know, maybe they were out here on every square inch of it, but all right, let's drop it like it's hot. Oh shit, let's get it up there first. Family friendly. Cover your kids' ears. Boy, I really put these skids too close. I'm like pushing in on these skids. Y'all probably can't see it. I'll see if I can. Thanks again, Russ. For no reason other than the fact that you guys are here watching, I'm just gonna lift this bad boy up and see if we can drop it from high. Yeah, you like that bounce. What's up, Sherry? All right, I don't know much about the knee control. Let me see if I can show you guys what I'm dealing with here. What did I do here? Did I block it? Are y'all able to still see me? I'm gonna back this bus up and see. So I got skids over here, and I tried to make them where my tire can go on the outside of either skid. There's this one. And as you can see, I'm barely making it, and I'm having to push into that. I didn't realize Heath was live this morning, to be honest with you, and I mean, I'm not worried about viewership. And I know Heath isn't because he's got plenty, but had I known he was live, I would have just went over and hung out at his place and done this later, because this is nothing more than menial tasks that need to get done. Oh, this is nothing more than menial tasks that need to get done. I can do these anytime. I just like hanging out. It'd be nice if I could grab 2 of these logs. With a perfect setup, I would. Like if they were all laid out in the right way, but these things are all over the place. I've only got really one more, but I got a red oak lug in the way. Southern red oak to be specific, for all my people that care. And I don't know if I've got the reach to get over all these other little logs to snatch that red oak log. That's about as far as I can push. Well, I might can just get a little bite on it. Let's see. Cautiously optimistic, which never works out for me, as you can see. Let's see. I can push in a little further. Famous last words. Nope. Boy, this thing's gonna do me dirty. Jason, my plan was, Bunyan, when I talked to Bob about this thing back in, when was it? I guess May. I was like really pushing for him to make one, because he was saying that, you know, that Chris had made one in the past, like I was wanting, but all they had currently were the skid steer splitters that were, I call them vertical because they sit out front, not the ones that sit offset. Man, why didn't I just come at it this way to begin with? I think I got it now. And Bob was like, you know, we've gotten enough people requesting that I think we're going to end up having to do something like that. All right. I wonder if I got a good enough bite on that to call that a win and just go with it. My biggest thing is I don't want to bust up the driveway. If that log falls on the driveway, I mean, it's probably be all right if it fell in the middle, but what's up, Ted? Rise and shine, baby. Of course, I'm getting stuck in the wood yard here because I got a big lip. There we go. Split fire makes some nice tractor splitters. Hey, so I feel like I definitely looked at the split fire and I don't remember. I did not go with them. I need to look at them again, to be honest with you, because I mean I haven't purchased anything yet, and you know I don't have any commitments to Wolf Ridge by any means, but I do really like Wolf Ridge as a product and a company, and so given the you know, all things being equal scenario, I would prefer to spend my money at Wolf Ridge. You know, they've been really supportive, and but you know, that is given all things equal. If I'm saving thousands of dollars to get something else, I'm definitely interested in it. We got it graded out, Jason. We absolutely have to. Going to look at split fire at Bunyan. Yeah, I remember you saying that, Ted. I don't think. Here's the thing. If I were getting, what I can tell you is, if I were getting a vertical, I would definitely probably go with the split fire for price alone, because you're looking at thousands. You know, and I think the split fire will do all you need it to do. I mean, I'm not saying the split fire is better or worse than the Wolf Ridge. I mean, if somebody else is footing the bill, I'd probably get the Wolf Ridge. I think it's probably, you know, a little stronger and maybe a little more, or more powerful, and probably a little stronger built. But I could be wrong about that. I don't know. But all that stuff, you know, does it matter if you're just doing, you know, bundle grade wood? If it's an ancillary splitter and you normally use a box wedge or a